You wouldn't know it if you were walking down this quiet side street in the Berlin district of Friedrichshain, but one of the most exciting clubs in Weimar, Germany, Weimar Berlin, used to be here. That was the Residenz Casino, or as locals called it, the Resi. And so this was a huge place. A lot of clubs at this time, they went for a kind of, quote, exotic style of decor architecture, right? So they wanted to look like Greece or the Near East. And the Resi was kind of similar, had a great big ballroom, had fountains, had this big pond, had light shows. And so the Resi stayed open going into the 1930s. A lot of Berlin's nightlife was considered dangerous and seedy and run by criminals, and so basically ended up being shut down by Adolf Hitler's Nazi party. But the Resi managed to stay open, and it was super popular, specifically in 1936. So August 1936, Berlin hosted the Summer Olympic Games, and the Resi was one of the places where tourists really wanted to go, where they'd heard about this exciting wild nightlife of Berlin. And so I was reading a book about the 1936 Games by a German historian, Oliver Hilmes. He talks about actually a local that goes to visit, a woman by the name of Anna Zellermeyer, a hotel owner. And so why would she come here to kind of dark and dangerous Friedrichshain as it was at the time? And she'd come here because she wanted to have fun. She brought her daughter, who was 16, and her son, who was 21, and they loved coming here because, you know, there was a bit of a gimmick. The tables had phones and they could kind of call other tables and cause a bit of mischief. Quite a few places in the Weimar era had that. But the Resi went kind of one step higher. They had a pneumatic tube system between the tables. So you could like write a little note and send it to the kitchens to order your food, or you could send little notes to other tables as well. So that's what the kids like to do because they like to mess with people. So they would like write notes to a single woman saying, oh, the guy at table 22 or whatever, he's bought you a drink, and then they'd watch as they go and meet and talk and realize that it's all a game and see what happens if they get excited, if they get angry, if they fall in love, or if they start throwing things at each other. I don't know. Sounds like a good laugh. The Resi closed just before the onset of World War II, around the same time as World War II began, and then it was never rebuilt here because they started to build quite a lot of new stuff around here.